What's up, y'all? I'm back today with my DIY Ayurvedic Growth Oil. I'm going to show you how I not only grew my edges from bald spots, show you proof of how short my edges are, and also show you how much I've grown in less than 2 months using an Ayurvedic blend. Now, if you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. To my oldies, thank you for coming back. You are going to enjoy this video. So sit back, relax, and let's get into this video. Let's go. So here I am. I'm not going to take up a lot of your time. Let me just go ahead and get it right into it. So you want to see how long my edges are now. I am going to actually put a clip up here so that you can see where I was. A few months ago, I did a video on how I cover my bald spots because I have alopecia on both sides of my hair that is extreme compared to the rest, and it literally has been bald. So I did a video on how I took this black gel type of situation from All Natural, and I was able to swoop, and you wasn't able to see any of the bald spots. Now, I've been playing this trick since I was a child on swooping and covering and using black gel. But today I'm actually going to show you what my edges look like now, and you can go back and look at any of my videos, including the pics that I will provide, so you can see where I was to where I am now.
I can't begin to explain to you how embarrassing it has been over the years with not having edges and making up ways to cover it up. I did get alopecia through chemical burns to my edges in the front of my hair. So it's always remained thin, fine, and bald in most of the spots. So here I'm just showing you what it looks like. And look how long it is now, y'all. Like, I can't believe it. Here's the other side, and it's equally as long. I'm so happy about it.
Now, let me explain to you what you're seeing. I'm going to show you two different things, okay? One thing is my full edges. So this is what I would say is my full edges. This is full edges. This is hair that I did not have previously, okay? You can see it's still not extremely thick, but to say that I was bald there with like literally maybe little peach fuzz, this is what I have now, okay? Then if you want to talk about baby hair, I will split this in half and just talk about my baby hair, okay? So this would be just baby hair. And you can see clearly that it is still, as baby hair, major freaking long. I don't put any gel on my edges anymore. I'm just not. I don't know. I didn't have any edges before. I don't want to take no chances with it. I'm scared of it. Like, listen, baby hair. That's literally my baby hair. Off the very tip. Okay, and again on this side, my entire edges coming from the scalp. This was my worst side. So this side is not as long as the other side, but you can clearly see edges for days, okay? Now that we've gotten past the fact that they have grown and you can see the difference, you can see how long it is. Let me get into real quick what I used and what I've been using on it. Now, mind you, I have not tried this on the rest of my hair because I really wanted to see how my edges reacted to it, because I'm open to trying things. I was bald anyway, so I felt like, okay, why not try it? So I did not put this on the rest of my hair as of yet. It was just like literally me doing it to my edges. I am going to show you at the end of the video, I'm going to show you what I actually do every night since I started this growth oil. So right now, I'm going to go ahead and get into the growth oil, the ingredients, how I did it, how I use it. Everything is going to be all in one. And then in the description, I'll leave the measurements if I don't actually say it while I'm making my growth oil.
So now that we've gotten this far, let me give you the ingredients. I start off with black rice because I did learn that I got super growth with black rice. This is about a half cup, and I did put it on a sheet of foil on a pan. I put it in the oven to dry out for about 2 hours on 200. It was clean when I started, and I just basically put it in the oven for about 2 hours until it dried completely out. Here I'm measuring to make sure I have the right amount, which is about a half cup, and then I grinded it into fine bits in my Ninja. You can see here how it looks. It almost looks like coffee, but definitely not coffee. I take my pan here, and this is something special, y'all. I am adding my henna. I add about a half a cup of henna, and I warm it up. This is to open the molecules. From there, you'll see me continue to add on warm Amla powder, Brahmi, Silica, some call it horsetail herbs. I add some Aloe Vera powder and also some Fenugreek powder, and I do use the organic. Now, there is a purpose for everything I put in here, and again, I simply warm it up so that it will open the molecules and better allow it to infuse with the oil. If you do not know what these ingredients are for, a lot of them are in the first video. However, I can put them down in the description if I remember. I do add a bit of rose petal powder as well. My objective in this is to continuously stir it and not let this overheat. It's just warming it up to get it prepared. Here you're seeing me add the EVOO. That is my extra virgin olive oil. That is my base oil, y'all. So I add the EVOO. I go into about 2 tablespoons of peppermint oil. I do add black seed oil for its growth properties. I do add sweet almond oil for its growth properties, as well as the moisture that it adds back into the hair. Weird, but I do add black tea because black tea does reduce excessive shedding. I add MSM. It does seem drying to some. However, I did add in the Amla and the aloe vera powder, which adds back in that moisture so you don't get the drying effect. Right here, you'll see me kind of sifting all of my dried out, warmed up herbs into the oil. And I give it a good shake because I find when the molecules are open, it expands a bit, which works for me. I'm adding in grapeseed oil now. And Jamaican black castor oil is the next 2 oils that I add in there. Now, the next thing I do is something that I found that really works for me, and it is adding in coffee. I add in the coffee, and I also go ahead, now that I can do it, I add in the rice. So the rice has now been sitting and they're cool, and I add the ground rice and this coffee, this particular coffee, because it does have 3 times the amount of caffeine. Caffeine does stimulate the hair growth, so I add a lot. I give it a good shake, okay? And I put it into a pot of water to try to almost cover the oil that's on the inside, and I turn it on. I let that cook for 8 hours on low so that it is to infuse everything together. This is enough to make a lot of oil. Here you'll only see me do about 3 bottles, but there is a good amount of oil left over. And I keep one in the boys' bathroom, one downstairs for when I'm doing hair, and one goes in the bathroom with me. This is enough to last us a while, and this is what I use on my edges. Amazing.
Okay, so now that you've seen how I make it, let me show you how I apply the product. Okay, so my hair is kind of fairly wet from updo I had it in for basketball games today. I have warm water in this spray bottle. I always use warm water so that it opens up my follicles and allows my hair and scalp to better absorb the oil. Okay, so I take this, which is very warm, and I spray it on. This also has a bit of aloe juice in it as well. And I just kind of rub it in to kind of get it stimulated. Then I take my oil, and it's always in this container, and I have several containers because I use it for the boys as well. And I just do this. And I rub it in, and immediately you can feel the tingling sensation. I do this every night, and I've only been doing it to my edges. Like literally, that's it. So, and I add like I said, I make sure the oil is, I make sure the water is warm. I add the oil. I've even warmed up the oil, and I give it a good rub for a few minutes just to make sure it's totally absorbed in. And that's it. I normally band my hair if I'm wearing a wash and go, and that's the gist of my regimen. Now, right now I'm going to twist up my hair for the night. However, this is only part 2 of the series, okay? I am going to start using this on my full head, but I wanted to get this done so that everybody can have some of the pieces to the puzzle as to how I've gotten this amazing growth in such a short amount of time. Now, with all of that said and me going to bed, stay tuned for part 3 of the series so that I show you how I do when I do protective styles or a long period of twist, and I make the next step, which has causing this to continuously grow super out of control to waist length, literally in less than 3 months. Like literally, the edges only took me about a month and a half, but the rest of it, like that I've been using from part 1, I've been doing that for about almost 3 months. Now I'm going to start using the rest on my hair, but I have a few other tricks up my sleeve. So in the meantime, I will see you in between time. Go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you soon in my next video. Bye.